Hey guys, today I'm gonna show you how I cook my oxtail. This is about 2 pounds of oxtail, which I've already seasoned. I thawed it out overnight and I just seasoned it up a couple hours ago, and now I'm gonna cook it. I don't necessarily marinate stuff overnight because I've kind of discovered that it really doesn't make a difference to the taste of the meat. Anyway guys, let me show you what I use as seasoning. I have in here some onion, some garlic, some thyme, some garlic powder. This I get at Costco. I have some seasoning salt, which has no MSG. So if you're going to put in your seasoning salt, please be aware of the amounts of salt that you put in. You can put in a little bit of sea salt. I use sea salt, some soy sauce also. It has quite a bit of salt, so beware. I usually use this just for color. So yeah, and also I'm going to be adding some of this oxtail seasoning. I was introduced to it by Hubster, and he's the one who actually has taught me how to make oxtail. I never used to be able to make oxtail before, and it's quite easy. I was usually very intimidated by cooking oxtail because it's like, I don't know, never taught me how to make it. Anyway, so oxtail seasoning really adds some flavor to it. It does have salt in it too, and I've put in all this other salty stuff. I don't like my stuff overly salt, but this really picks up the flavor in it, okay? So what I'm doing now is pretty much picking off the seasoning from it, because I'm going to brown it, and I don't want to have the burnt seasoning on there when I brown it. So I'm just taking off the onions and garlic off of it, so when I brown it, it browns well. Okay, so let me do that. So guys, I've picked off all the seasoning off of my oxtail. I'm going to turn down the stove just a bit because I've had it on here quite a while, and what I'm using here is one of our Jamaican staple cooking tools, which is a Dutch pot, and I'm going to brown my meat in that. Okay, so make sure that the fire is hot. And this isn't all of the oxtail, I'm just using some of it because I want it to be evenly done. Okay? Alright guys, let me put this in and I'll come back. So here's the oxtail being browned. I don't want to crowd the pot too much because when you do that it sweats quite a bit. So just to allow it to brown properly, I kind of, it's tight but not too tight, because I want to make sure that they're nicely crusted for when I decide to cook it down. Okay? So we're going to let it brown on each side until it's browned. Okay guys, so in the meantime, here's some more of the oxtail. I'm going to pick these off so that when that set is ready, I can put some more in. Okay guys, so this is still the first set of oxtail. I've turned them, and if you notice, they're beautifully browned and crusted, and this is similar. This is what you want to see. I do realize that different people cook oxtail differently, but this is how I have gotten the best results from the best teacher that I know, which is my husband, who is a chef. And this is so simple. I don't know why I was so intimidated by cooking oxtail, but nobody really took the time to show me. So yeah, so this is it. I'm just waiting to put in the other set there, and then we'll continue on. Okay? Hey guys, so this is the second set I've put in, and what I've done with the first set of oxtail that I took out is just place it back into the bowl that I had the rest of the seasoning, because we're going to combine everything in the end. So this is it with the other piece, with the seasoning and all that. So when I'm finished, I'll put this with the other set. Okay, so guys, although this might look a little bit burnt, this is like the brown stuff from the meat. But what I'm going to do is pour off some of this oil because I don't like a lot of oil on my food, and then we're going to go from there. Hey guys, so I'm back. I've poured out some of the oil, and I'm going to put the remaining of on it. Okay guys, and after adding the meat to the oil, then I have a kettle here with boiling water. What you do is just pour the water over the meat and pretty much cover your meat with the water. You don't have to cover it at first, just eyeball it to make sure that it doesn't dry up, because you want some of the gravy in it when it's being cooked. So put some more in there. Also at this stage I'm going to add some more thyme, just a couple sprays. And I'm going to kind of season it some more as it cooks, okay, because you want to allow for it to cook until it's pretty much tender, okay. So, and I'm going to put a Scotch bonnet pepper in here. This is a Jamaican pepper that gives excellent flavor, but just try not to make it burst while cooking, because it can really be very hot and it burns, okay. Another thing I'm going to add is some ketchup on there, and you know, maybe later I'll add some more onions if I want to, or even like a clove of garlic. So I'm going to add that, the ketchup. I don't want to put too much because I want it to be more savory than sweet, but this just gives it a nice flavor to it. And then I'm going to just mix it in, okay. Always keep an eye on that pepper, y'all, and I keep my Scotch bonnet in the freezer. It lasts much longer. Because I just want it for the flavor. I don't want it to like pop, okay, and burn. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is cover it up and then just let it simmer on like a medium fire. And then when it kind of starts settling down, turn it down to about medium low, okay. Okay guys, so it's in the pot simmering. I might want to add, the reason why I use hot water is because I don't, when I add it to the oxtail to cover it, I don't want cool water, because that's gonna like throw off the temperature. The food is already hot. You want to maintain that temperature, thus use hot water. I've seen people use cold water, but it does kind of reverses the cooking process in my mind. It's good to just keep everything at a stable temperature so that it can just continue on a similar temperature. So here it is. It doesn't have to kind of cool down then build up back. So this is it. And at this stage too, I might mention, I'm going to taste it to see if the salt's okay. I might add some of the oxtail seasoning depending on the salt levels here too, okay. But what we're doing now is just basically trying to tenderize the meat, okay. And I'm going to turn it down a little bit lower actually, because I want to maintain the juice. Eyeball it. If you see like the gravy is going down a bit, you can add a little bit more warm water to it so that, you know, you don't have a dry oxtail with no gravy, because you need a gravy for your rice and peas, right? Okay guys, take care. Hey guys, so it's several hours later and oxtail has been cooked. I'm just heating it up on the stove top because hubster and I are gonna eat now, and I waited until he came home from work. So yeah, we try to eat together as much as possible. Anyway, so this is it. I'm just heating it up. Came out very well. I transferred it to a smaller Dutchy pot though, because I just felt that the burnt bottom, if the bottom is a bit burnt, it might change the taste of the oxtail. So I transferred it and strained off the gravy. so it's less viscous, and it does taste better to me. So I just put it in a smaller pot. And I'm going to set the table and show you exactly what we're going to have today, okay?